Alright, ready?
Yep.
Alright, hey peoples. It's been a minute. Welcome to the latest episode of Just My Opinion. I'm the Spiritual Stud.
And I am MG, baby.
And we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Man, okay, America. I don't even know. America. We need to wake up. We've got to wake up because right now we are headed downhill, and I mean we in one of those. You remember those soapbox derbies when the brake go out?
Yes.
And they steering, and the little truck is just gone. Mm-hmm. We have no brakes. We got to start being Fred Flintstone. We got to do something. Listen, if we don't get it together, this country is going to fall. And it's not because, let's get this straight, of gay people.
That's right.
It's because we are being divided and conquered. And that's from within. But we're allowing it. So it's not about gay people, the country's going to hell because of morality and abortions and all. No. Get this straight. Rome didn't fall because men like to have sex with men.
Yep.
Rome fell because population stuff was going on.
It's always greed.
It's always greed. Money.
Always greed.
Money. So, y'all, come on. I know people don't want to hear about it, but I'm sorry. VOTE. That's the power that we have. We've got to use the power because you all know 45 ain't right. And you all know that his administration is not right. You all know Mitch McConnell is not right. Vote for that woman in Kentucky. Get that old crow out of the office because he ain't about ish. But I don't know what the other dude is. Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
Lindsey. You
have
have whimpered, put your tail between your legs, and called people communists on Fox News. Come on now, Lindsey. Man, you know you was better than this. Now you just a Trump troll. You just a thing. I don't even know what a word is for somebody who does this ass kissing. Oh my God. Y'all gonna be like this now. Like Paul Ryan got out. Now, you know what? I didn't like him because he was just like the rest of them. But he got out. He was smart enough to get out of there, say, you know what, this dude is not right. And when he wrote his book, I'm not going to buy it. I might go to the library and read it, but I'm not going to buy it. But we just got way too much stuff going on. And as long as we allow this to continue, you know, people are getting beat down to the point that they don't feel anything. The country is going to implode.
Yes.
And I don't know about y'all, but I ain't ready to go like that. Now, God take me before the end. Happy, Georgia. But if I'm in the middle of an implosion, that's not how I want to go out of here. Not my fault. Because I voted. And it wasn't for 45. So I didn't do it. That's all I got to say on the introduction. I'll turn it over to you.
Why Lindsey Graham on, what was he on? Showed a clip of him on MSNBC last night. Just not even that long ago. He on there talking about, he's a fool. Right.
Right.
You don't know what he's doing.
Right.
Here's that. And now he's like, those people that are just communists and flip-flop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I realize how weak the establishment men are. Like, back when I was younger, and you would see these powerful white men in their business suits going off to Washington to make policy. I thought, oh man, you know, I'm not saying that I looked up to them or nothing like that, because I was woke young.
Yeah.
But it was just like, okay, they're really out there, you know, for American, patriotic, blah, 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 blah. But I realized through 45 how weak. I'm talking about ass-kissing, jello pudding-eating weak they are.
Man.
Because Mitch McConnell, Lindsey, all of them, just line them up. Everyone in the GOP, everyone in Trump's administration, except for the military ones. that were the ones that actually stood up to him and got fired. But every time 45 says something inappropriate, stupid, ignorant, which is all day, every day, or tweet something, and they come ask them, well, here he is with his neck. President Trump and, they're all communists, socialists, and, they ain't got nothing there, no backbone. And you know why? All because of the almighty dollar. Now, none of them trying to mess up their good monies.
Right.
By going against 45. They are scared of him. It's obvious. And none of them got no backbone. Like, it may be 2 or 3 in the whole administration.
Yeah.
And even them are shaky. They had a new Republican that's going to run against him, so he thinks, in a couple months. This dude was up there and they asked him, okay, well, what do you think about what he said about the 4 congresswomen? I'd like to focus on the economic structure and get the Republicans back to being fiscally conservative. That's not what I asked you, asshole.
Oh my gosh.
What I asked you was, what do you have to say in remarks to what Trump said? Once again, I want to get back. I mean, just ducking and dodging questions like,
what is the problem
because they
with acknowledging that this
they're hanging on to his base.
45.
They're hanging on to that base. That is all about the base.
But you know what? The base is not as large as they think it is. What's happening is they got y'all hoodwinked and bamboozled. Because the base ain't as large as you think it is. The people that voted for him before, I guarantee you, ain't voting for him again just because of the things that have come out of his mouth, the stuff that he's saying. Yes, economically the country looks good, but it's not. It's only like the top 1% that's really profiting. Like they said, if you have stocks, 75% of that is the top. The rest of us might have stocks in 401k or something, but it ain't nothing like what's going on for them. So we're not benefiting. And then, not to mention people who don't have 401ks. How do they have stocks?
Well,
you know,
the farmers ain't voting for them. I have conversations with clients. We live in an area where in the Midwest. A lot of farmers out here. I had a conversation last week with a client who he's like a liaison guy. He's not a farmer, but he does the negotiation. And he's like, we got soybeans just rotting in the thing.
Right, exactly.
Just soybeans just sitting there. We can't sell them to China because of the trade war. Farmers is losing money. So first of all the farmer part of the base, hopefully,
I know there's some that said, sometimes you just gotta, punch them in the face, talking about China. But see, but they get punched in their pockets.
Yeah, they are.
When you gotta file bankruptcy because this fool is trying to make a point. Oh, and then GM or Ford, one of them now. Yeah. All these people about to lose their jobs.
Groceries higher. You know what I'm saying? Just
everything. Washing machines. Because what? Everything's built in China. Everything's built in China. And then they're going to say, well, they're coming back to America. Huh? What? No, they're not. No, they're not. You know where they're going? Vietnam.
First of all, this is the oh Lord Jesus, the offense. Okay, so first of all, cheap labor. Why do you think that MAGA hats are made in China and ties? Okay,
and
but
Trump suits.
True, but I'm just saying the things that are made in China because they have cheap labor. Guess what our American cheap labor force is?
That's what?
Immigrants.
Yeah.
Undocumented, illegal, so you like to call them immigrants.
Woo.
That is our cheap labor force in America, who are paying billions, not millions. I know I got palsy. Let me give my billions in taxes. Okay, that they will never see. I understand how this works. They get a paycheck. Guess what? They can't go file for not unemployment. They can't go file their taxes like you and me do because we're not Americans. Right. You can't go into TurboTax as a illegal immigrant with a fake ID and say, here, I want my tax money back. You can't do it.
Right.
So guess what? Their tax money is fed into the system.
Yep.
I get so tired of people trying to act like immigrants are draining the system. And Okay, first of all, there are cheap labor. I'm not saying this is right. I just want you to understand the economics of the situation.
Yeah.
They come in, they take low-paying jobs. Them farmers that need folk out there to bring in the crops and to work the land. Hello, Trump hotels, immigrants.
Golf courses,
Immigrants, housekeeping, immigrants. All of those.
I bet he have an ice raid in his stuff.
I bet you he didn't. Because who the heck is going to work for him? You know what I'm saying? Low-paying jobs, can't even wonder if you're going to get paid. That's what half the people said. You know, that work for him. Said he don't even pay the people on time like he's supposed to. So I want you to understand, our illegal population has been ingrained into the fiber of America. I'm not saying that there aren't illegal people that come here and do wonderful things. They become doctors, lawyers, nurses with opportunities. Anybody can step on up. And they're hardworking people that come here and they want to do best and do this best for their families. But stop saying they're a drain on our economy like it's hurting you. It ain't hurting you. It's helping you. That extra money and taxes that they pay is help paying for streets and cops and all kind of education and stuff so your little raggedy kids can go to school. So stop talking about they draining on the economy. You know, that's our cheap labor force. Because guess who ain't going into no fields picking nothing is African Americans.
Well, say it again.
So you better get Billy Bob, the rest of them out there, because who ain't picking not near or nothing is me. Don't you put me near no cotton. I don't even want to wear cotton. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. You will not put us back in plantation.
That'll be the day. That'll be the day.
I wish you would.
That'll be the day.
I wish you would.
That'll be the day. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna step on. So we're gonna talk about two other Democrats who are running for president. I'm going to talk about Senator Kamala Harris, and you're gonna talk about.
I got a plan for that, Elizabeth Warren. She got a plan.
She got a plan for that. You want to go?
I'll go. Let's go. All right. So Senator Elizabeth Warren. First of all, she's polling really well. She's in the top 4. She's been in the top 4 for a minute. So she's doing pretty good. She's right up against. She's right behind Biden. And Biden, with that whole last debate thing, Kamala Harris ripped him a new one. It made a whole bunch of black folk rethink whether they want Uncle Joe in the White House. So, Miss Warren, first of all, we got through the Pocahontas fiasco, the Native American thing. We moving forward. So, let's talk policy. First of all, she, like Bernie Sanders, believes that we should have education. Education free. Through the public school system, talking about into college, like community college should be free. She's also in reducing student debt. Now the difference is some of the candidates want to completely eliminate student debt, but she is for greatly reducing student debt because that's a problem for a lot of Americans, including myself.
Me too.
Okay.
All right.
So that's the education component. Let's see what else do we have on the plan for Elizabeth Warren. Oh, let's talk about health care. She is health care for all. So she is interested in, and they said that when it comes to like her message out in social media, that's the thing she's focusing on the most is health care and trying to get health care for everyone. So she's on the page with a lot of the Democrats when it comes to health care, trying to cut down drug prices and things like that. We're going to have to strong arm some of these businesses.
Yeah.
Which leads me to the next plan, which is how she wants to go after big business and start taxing the hell out of them. So,
Alrighty.
saw a special by Michael Moore. If you don't know who he is, he's the dude that goes around, does movies and videos and kind of stuff. Michael Moore's my dude. Like, he did Fahrenheit 9/11, all that kind of stuff. And one of the movies that he did, he went to Canada and he talked to the leaders of Canada about why their wealth is so equal. Like, in Canada, you don't have a wealthy 1% at the top and everybody else live in poverty. And so the I don't know if it was the prime minister, anyway, one of their leaders, he asked him what's the secret. He said, I don't know how you in America allow people to have that much money. And I was like,
allow?
Wait
a minute.
Yeah, he said, I don't know how you allow, because who needs billions? Like, who needs that? If you are one person, one family, what do you need with billions? He was like, we just tax them. You get over a certain amount of money, we just tax them.
Yep.
You can't have more than $4 billion. Like, no, what do you need that for? Absolutely not. And it made so much sense to me. Maybe because I'm broke. That could be a reason. But I'm just saying, like, literally, you the Bill Gates of the world, and I'm not saying that they're not, they don't give away money and they don't help a lot of institutions and all that, but it's on their playing turn. No billion, million, gazillionaire is going to just, out of the kindness of their heart, say, you know what, I don't need this much money. Let me give it back to my community or my people or the United States. Not going to do it on their own. The only way they're going to get it is through taxation. And when you have big companies, big Amazon, Google and the rest of these people that is not paying taxes at all or very little. But benefiting all kinds of, you know what I mean? Like, it's benefiting the wealthy. She's like, we got to go after these folks. That's her plan is. She's got to attack and start taxing big business. Now, I know 45 has always said the minute you start taxing big business, they're going to leave. Really? Really, they're going to leave. Where they going to go? Where they going to go? You can't take Amazon, pick it up, and just go put it in China. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, folk have to be able to buy Amazon products. This is what's wrong with the thinking of poor folk, because we think small. You know what I mean? We think within our little circles. But what you don't understand is the economy cannot support an Amazon in a country like China. Because guess what? The Chinese folk is not going to be buying Amazon goods like us crazy Americans are. Where do you think he going? Nowhere. He going to stay right where he is, take his little pay cut, and go on about his life. But, anyway, that's her plan. And she's wants to go after the people, the big pharma for the opioid crisis, Lastly, basically what she wants to do as far as immigration is concerned, she's on the page with Julian Castro, who wants to decriminalize seeking asylum. And see, today, 45 has got his little pen out writing because he wants to criminalize seeking asylum. And he, it's a convoluted process. I ain't even got time to really get into the weeds of this. But basically, you come to America through a port of entry. Currently, it has been illegal to come to a port of entry and say, I am here because I'm fleeing violence or whatever, something going on and somebody after get my kids, the gangs, whatever. You come here and you seek it. Then you are given a docket case and you are given information to come back to the courts to prove to the United States that you are who you say you are and you're here because of the reasons you stated. That is supposed to be the legal process for seeking asylum. You go to a port of entry, an officer takes your information, and then they release you to come back to court. But the criminalization of people who are seeking asylum, immigrants coming here, first of all, 45 doesn't follow his own laws. So when the people came here, they were turned away. That's why the man and his daughter drowned trying to get around
Right.
because
Right.
they had done it the legal way. They had went to a port of entry to seek asylum. They were turned away. That's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to get through the process. And when you come back to court and then they evaluate whether you're here for the reasons you said you are or if you're a criminal, blah, 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 then they decide whether to deport you or you can stay in the country. That's been our process.
Yeah.
But because they have made it so difficult for immigrants, that's why we got all these challenges and problems and detaining people. You're supposed to be detained for a short amount of time, long enough for them to verify who you are, get your docket information and your case information so you can go on and live your life, come back to court. Most immigrants come back to court. Most of them. They said it's up to like 90-some%. You can't get Americans to come to court for 90-some%.
Man.
Because they're trying to do the right thing. They come
Right.
back to court, they face the judge, and then at that point, they can decide, okay, you need to be deported. But guess what? They can do it with a plan of action in place so that someone is caring for the children, or they can take their children with them. What 45 has done is made this a chaotic mess because people are not sure what they're supposed to do. They try to come legally, they're turned away, they come try to sneak across, they're getting, arrested because they try to sneak across. It shouldn't be this way. She also wants to, Elizabeth Warren also wants to extend the time for DACA until we can find a solution for DACA. So DACA is those young people that are born in the United States but have parents that came here that are not documented. And so she's extending that, but it is such a crazy time that we're living in. It's just really crazy in that I like a lot of what she has to say. I do. I think that she's Bernie light. And Bernie lost a lot of momentum out of the last election. Yeah. I mean, we was on fire for Bernie. I was one of them, And I think that, yes, he still has very valid plans, but I think Elizabeth Warren is the new Bernie. She's on his page with a lot of her ideas and plans, and she's getting herself out there. She's raising funds. She's a little bit ahead in the polls. So we'll see what our next debate does. But right now, she's got plans. She got a plan for that.
Oh, man. All right, so I got Kamala Harris. Miss Harris, as we know, came out the gate of that debate.
Yes, she did.
And I think she kind of she did put herself on the map, basically, because she wasn't up there at all. But after that debate, she has been in the midst. What's it, like 1, 2, 3, 4? She's one of them.
Yeah, she's up there in the top 5.
And so a lot of criticism had come her way because we know she was the top cop in the largest state in the country, and a lot of people had a lot of problems with her record because they were like, well, she kept innocent people in prison, and she didn't fight for rights of the people, criminals or whatever. The thing is that when you have to look at her record totally, she has some things that called Back on Track that she put in place to keep low-income prisoners from going back to prison. Once they got out, she was trying to reduce recidivism. Yeah. Also, truancy. She had a truancy program. People didn't like it, but guess what? It kind of worked. Basically, if your kid don't go to school, you in trouble. Now, I don't like that personally, because if my kid don't show up, that's my kid's choice. I didn't know, I'm at work. But I guarantee you, if I get a call saying my child is not at school and they trying to come get me and pick me up, I'm going to beat them to my child. And my child going to be in school every day after that. I guarantee you that. Because I'm not going to jail for nobody.
Right.
Now, so let's get on to it. Anyway, so Kamala Harris is the daughter of an Indian mother and a Jamaican father. This has caused a lot of black people a lot of people to say, well, she's not really an American black. Let me tell you something. Miss Harris, or whatever her married name is, I don't know. This woman looks black. She went to an HBCU. She is a soror, the oldest Greek sorority, black. AKA. She black.
Blackity black.
She had the black experience. Guess what? What gave her the black experience is the color of her skin. Once you are told people can't play with you because you black, you black. Once they gotta bus you from one area to another school, you black or brown, but you ain't white. And then Donald Jr., 45 Jr., 45 2.
42.
How he gonna talk about our blacks? Wait a minute. First of all, when do we belong to you? See, that's a problem right there that I have. But anyway, not getting on him. Let's get back to her. Y'all need to stop it getting bamboozled. Stop falling for the okie-doke. They always want to pull us apart. Now, this woman, she's got qualifications. She's got ideas. So let's go with this. Okay, her big thing, one of the big things is she's talking about closing the wage gap for teachers. Basically because, like she said, teachers are working 2 or 3 jobs. And they're raising our kids with us. Come on, y'all. They coming out their pockets for school supplies for your children. This is something we really should be ashamed that our teachers don't make what they need to be making. They educate every generation. And we treat them like they just nothing. And they don't have any rights, you know. So that's one thing she said. Another thing, she cracks me up about the wall. She called it a vanity project. Because, like she said, they're not using, their wall's not going to stop a thing.
Not nothing.
Because she said, as the Attorney General, I went down, I saw the tunnels from Mexico into California. They're air conditioned. They have smooth walls, people. This dude ain't doing nothing. He just bamboozling y'all, blindfold y'all, blinded by the lights. He is a reality TV celebrity. He's just he's getting y'all where he's yanking your chain. He knows what to do to get y'all mind in a different place than it needs to be. And we need to really be just looking at what's really happening. For somebody to come and say, if I build a wall, they will pay for it. That has not happened. I'm just gonna go here. What has he done that he said he was going to do? What has come true?
He put two Supreme Court judges.
Yeah, he did that. And he's doing a lot of federal, statewide. He's doing a lot of that. But as far as helping you people that put him in office, what is he doing for you? You know?
No fix for healthcare.
Nothing.
No fix for immigration.
Like she said, he can't look people in the face. So who said that?
Samar. I think it was Samar.
One of them.
Ocasio.
Was it Ocasio?
Ocasio-Cortez. Yeah, she said that.
Cannot look people in the face and tell them the truth. So he creates a distraction. So anyway, let me get off that. Okay, so she said she believes smart border security. There shouldn't be a policy based on keeping people out for the sake of nationalism, and we know that's on the rampage right now. Basically, this is what she said. We are a nation that values truth and justice. We will continue to be an aspirational nation. That's only if the right person gets in office. We can say we'll continue to be in aspirational office. Right now, all we are is lining his pockets, basically. Okay, so she was against the legalization of marijuana because she says she didn't so much change her mind as evolve. So now she thinks that they should legalize period.
But yeah, Elizabeth Warren is for legalization of marijuana too.
Yeah. All right. She also proposes a tax credit of up to $6,000 per year for families making less than $100,000 a year, and they can collect up to $500 per month.
All right.
That's basically because people are having a hard time.
Yes.
You know, towards the end of the month, things just kind of get really tight for folks, and having an extra 500. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Then I was watching her being interviewed on The View, and they said, "How do we get 45 out of office? Prosecute the case. What's the case? His policies. He doesn't have any. I mean, really, his trade policy is the one that's damaging. Like she said, soybeans rotting. People paying more for everything because everything was made in China.
Right.
So people are paying more, and this is what he has you believing that China's going to pay for those tariffs. No sir, no ma'am. That's us. We're paying for the tariffs. You know, we're paying those extra dollars. They're not paying for it. And guess what? Not only is it hurting us, but it's hurting American businesses, because GM and Ford and all those people, excuse me, who sell cars over there, they said once when Chinese people have money, the economy's great, they spend it. That's what was going on. But as it gets bad, they conserve like nobody else.
Right.
And they're using Uber. That's the cool thing now, to use Uber over there. So guess what's not selling? Cars. That's not selling. And another thing they said, well, the market could be saturated as well because they bought so much.
Right.
So now, American businesses are suffering as well. So we need to really, you got to look at those policies. That's one strike. The tax cut. Everybody gonna get a tax cut. The 1% got the tax cut. Yeah. That's who it benefited. Y'all got a little bit of change in your little paycheck. You ain't getting nothing else. Did y'all not pay attention to when he said a one-time tax cut?
Right.
But the other tax cuts go on. Y'all didn't pay attention to that. Y'all so happy to get $5 in your pocket, you weren't even thinking about what they're getting. These people who are millionaires and billions don't need tax cuts. But they're the ones that get continual. And we're supposed to be okay with that. Bullish. Okay, jobs. Employment, right? Let's look at that. Yeah, unemployment is low in some areas. But trust and believe, in our areas, nah, it's still high. And this is the reason. You can have black people working, you can have people working jobs, but they got to work 2 and 3 to make it matter, to make your household run. You shouldn't have to work 2 and 3 jobs to make your household run. That should not be part of the American existence, but it is. That's what's going on. And he did not create the jobs. Let's just get that straight. These are policies that he's riding the coattails of his the previous president, who did a lot of work to get that without people's help. Mitch McConnell, everything he could. I'm off again. Okay, squirrel. What else was it? One thing they asked her about was the squad versus Nancy Pelosi, and she said, "I was a teacher, and as a teacher, you get to." You get the chance to see how your students think. And one thing was Ocasio-Cortez. They have a problem with her. But she said they're bringing things to the forefront that we need to address. Now, if something's not working, that used to be, back in the day, if it's not working anymore, we need to take a look at what they're saying. Not necessarily go to that extreme, which I understand, because a lot of times when things stop working, y'all still want to stay back there.
Yeah.
Y'all still want to try to do it. It's like old folks in the church don't want to give up their position. You can barely
Boy.
walk, but you trying to usher.
Mhm.
Come on, baby, come on. You can't even walk no more. But you don't want no young person taking your spot. But that's how it is. Girl, you know how. Come on, man.
Exactly how it is.
But I'm just saying, it's like these girls, let me correct that. These congresswomen are fired up because they represent us. They represent people who don't have a lot of money. They represent people of color. And then they are women of color.
Right.
So yes, they have ideas, and they may be extreme, but guess what? Their people need extreme ideas to get them out of the ditches that they're in. We gotta get out, and sometimes a little rope is not gonna do it. You need a tow truck,
Yeah.
a semi tow truck, because sometimes we just deep in it. And I appreciate that she did not come down on them for what they were trying to do. Because that's what was going on. We were trying to get her to say something negative, and she didn't. You know, Nancy Pelosi, she doesn't like them because they don't fall in line.
That's right.
If you don't fall in line, I got a problem with you. Now,
And earn your space.
exactly. That's what they believe. Earn your space. Take your time. Do what you need to do. Bide your time, baby. Your time will come. They're like, our time is now.
Now.
We don't have time. See, that's the problem. Now, nothing's happening in Washington. It's a bunch of BS. Because everybody thinks, well, wait your time. Wait your time. All we've been doing is looking at the same old crows for 100 years, and nothing is happening. Nothing is changing. That's all.
That's right.
So for her not to go there, and I hope that she truly meant that she was really understanding what was going on. And my belief is that she does. Because Kamala's gonna bite her tongue. She ain't the one to bite her tongue. You might not like her policies, like some people still have a problem. Oh, she wasn't for us back then. You know what? You try to walk a tightrope. You're the first black woman attorney general. You're the first black woman DA in San Francisco, right? You're the first woman. Then you're the first person of color. You try to walk that.
Yeah.
Because you still have to work with the police. That's a hard thing to do. So she implemented programs to help, but she also had to be a prosecutor. That's just the reality of it. Now, I think, let me see, is there anything else on here? Oh, controversial issue, side issue. Oh, Epstein's case. You know, when Acosta resigned, it was a big thing, and she was like, oh, well, you know, this, that, and other. She was coming down hard. So her husband hosted an event with 6 people from the law firm that represented Epstein. Thing is, though, the people that supported her did not have anything to do with that case. 2 different things. Don't let media tell you what to believe. Go and do your own research. Because I'm going to tell you like this. It costs money to run campaigns. And if you can get money from people who had nothing to do with the case that you came down on, go for it. Because they didn't have any, and like her representative said, she wouldn't want their money anyway. So we have to, for all these people who are running, we've got to do the research ourselves. Because as long as you trust other people to do research for you or to tell you what to believe, you will go about your wookie-dookie way and not do anything.
Right.
You just be a chicken. Just a chicken with your head cut off, run around the kitchen. Have you ever seen that? Yeah, I saw that too. That was like the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. His head was twisted around. Yeah, my great-great aunt, she used to live with us, so it's not good. She had a farm. She moved up with us. She brought them farm ways with her. Woo, boy, we had all kind of things on our table. But anyway.
I am glad. I'm sorry.
I'm done.
I'm just glad and I'm so happy to see people who are passionate and on fire. And
Right.
that's the biggest challenge to these weak men in the Republican Party is people like AOC,
Yeah.
those 4 black or brown congresswomen.
Yeah.
Because they don't, like, it's like she said in her speech, they can't stand a challenge.
Right.
This has been the problem with equality, period. All the equality movements, whether it's brown people, LGBT people. I've said this before. White Americans, and not all white Americans, but the white Republican Evangelical Party, let's put it like that.
All right.
They would like nothing more for us to shut up.
Oh yeah.
They want us to shut up. Every time Kaepernick takes a knee, they what's wrong with him? It's the veterans. And then every time, they did the same thing to Martin Luther King. They did the same thing before Stonewall riots.
Yeah.
Every single equality movement that's ever been, this particular group is still holding on to old ideologies that we are past. We are past that now.
Yeah.
It is 2000 somethings. You see what I'm saying? Like, we in the 2000s.
Y'all still want to build monuments.
Ain't no more slavery. Gay people can get married. Trans people can have sex changes. And they is hot about it.
Oh, man.
Women can get abortions. Oh, they can't stand it. They can't stand it. So they're doing everything they can with their hair on fire, trying to keep these old policies.
Yeah.
And people like AOC and Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders, Warren, all of them, they are challenging the status quo.
Yep.
The way things used to be that aren't no more. This is a new America. It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
It is.
And we will not stop until we achieve equality.
Right.
Total. Because what they don't want to do is be on a level playing field with brown folk and gay folk and trans folk and everything else. So they come against us any way they can. Whether it's racist tweets, whether it's actual physical violence and killing. Sadie,
the one you said, say her name,
yes.
right?
The woman, 75 years old, found in the trunk of a car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over 1,000 black trans people killed. You see what I'm saying? There's a war against us. And when you put all this big picture together and you look at the biggest picture possible, anybody that is against any form of equality, they are going down. But they're not going down without a fight. And what I need Nancy Pelosi and the rest of y'all Democrats to do is to get on board.
Right.
We don't have time to keep playing tit for tat with these folk. We don't have time to be entertaining the disasters and the distractions that 45s keeps laying out in front of us. We must keep focused on the fight forward towards equality. And that's equality for folks in poverty.
Yep.
That's equality financially. That's equality in the workplace. Like, we've got to you got to.
Yeah.
Like, I told Spiritual Stud today, this last little racist incident with 45, and we hear him say stuff all the time, okay? And people excuse it away. Oh, he didn't say race. Oh, he didn't. Okay. Well, this, for me, personally, has turned the corner. I'm beyond. What would that one kid say? It's above me now.
It's above me now.
It's above me now.
Yes.
Like, I am beyond playing games with folk. I'm really beyond it. Like, if I gotta keep explaining to y'all what racism is, how many 400 years we've been telling y'all what racism is and what it looks like. We are the experts because we experience it. I don't come to your house and tell you what about your foot fungus. You see what I'm saying? You're an expert on your own damn foot fungus. I'm an expert on race because I'm black and I'm a lesbian. And I'm a part of a big community of black lesbians and trans folk and questioning and intersex people and androgynous people. I'm a part of this big old community, and we are telling you, we've been telling y'all forever what we're experiencing. I'm tired of getting called the N-word or the colored girl and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, somehow the corner has turned for me. And, I'm so done.
Yeah.
I'm so done. Like, I'm ready to throw all the Democrats out.
Except for 4.
Except for 4. Like, y'all gonna have to step up to their level.
Yeah.
Like, that's the squad, for real.
Yeah.
If y'all not willing to call, like, they just now calling the president on some of these major news stations a racist.
Yeah.
Just now. We know he was a racist back when his daddy was a part of the Klan. Why did it take y'all so long?
Don Lemon said, I told you so.
Why it take you so long? I'm tired of keep having these conversations. Like, I'm gonna need all the Democrats to get on their page. Nancy Pelosi, all of y'all. Like, y'all need to start rising up, get on their page. Because what y'all have been doing, like you just said, it ain't working. And we're gonna need a pitchfork and a big old truck.
We got to be willing to fight like they are willing to fight.
Yes, we
They
do.
fight to the death.
Yeah, they do.
fight with blood.
Yeah.
And we, Democrats, lay down.
Yeah, we do.
Stop laying down.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be cordial. This is a freaking war.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
time. I'm tired of always being the ones that turn the other freaking cheek.
Yes.
I'm tired of that. You know what? No. It's time out for that. These 4 women represent people who need fighters. That's why they're there. You know, I'm like Sharice. Where's Sharice? She's a senator.
Sharice Davis.
Okay, never mind. So I was like, is she in this? Okay. But I'm just saying, it's like we've been waiting, and people are getting tired of waiting.
Yes.
And the more he amps up, the more he ramps up. I'm telling y'all, it's like y'all don't believe fat meat is greasy. Like them old folks used to tell them right before they put their asses. You don't believe fat meat greasy, but I'm about to show you how greasy it is. And that's what's about to happen. You're getting warned. You're getting warned. The squad said, this is not just us. We got a big squad. And trust me when I tell you, they have a big squad. It ain't like y'all think it is. Y'all thinking it's just the 4 of them. Let me tell you something, baby. It's way more than just 4. Y'all better get on them horses and ride till you can't ride no more. Cause this right here is gonna stop. This right here is gonna stop.
Yeah, it is.
Cause young folks, they want some action. They don't want no more of this laying down. They tired of that.
Right.
They don't want no more. And then, you know, you read about, the new young people, they aren't as tolerant as the other millennials. So what? I don't care.
I don't care either.
It doesn't matter. These young boogers, these young snowflakes, they ain't been through nothing. They haven't had anything hit them. So they can be less tolerant if they want to be. But bring it on, snowflake.
This is my last point.
Mine too. Okay.
Christianity, because we always have to do the spiritual.
Yes. Okay.
I just want to say, just don't want to act right. Trying to act up on the podcast. Got my old lady scarf. Get twisted. Okay. So anyway. All right. So this is the last point. For my family, friends, loved ones who claim Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. And I want you to understand that along with the hoodwink and the bamboozlement of 45, a long, long time ago, Christianity did you no favors by teaching you to lay down and be docile to a white master. They did you no favors. They fed you Christianity, and I'm a Christian. I mean, I don't call myself a Christian because some of them I can't associate with that. But I believe in Jesus Christ. And what I want you to understand is you have to give yourself permission to rise up and fight against things that are evil. I can't tell you how many times I post things and my beloved Christian family who I love y'all, but y'all are like, MT, baby, pray about it. Okay, I could do that, but guess what else I'm going to do? What you're not going to do is get up in my face with this mess and think I'm going to back down from that argument. Because see, the masses of the world have not been challenged because they have taught us all to dumb it down, to spoon feed us Christianity as a way to be docile and to get away with evil acts. And so I would challenge you in your thinking, in your spiritual mind, and look at the example of Christ, because Christ rose up when Christ needed to rise up against evil.
Yes, he did.
And he spoke out when he needed to against evil.
Yes, he did.
And if we are to be disciples and followers of Jesus Christ, that means that we too cannot keep playing the docile role. That was something that was fed to you, that was ingrained in you. It's in our DNA since slavery. That we should just fall back and accept the things, and that we should always peacefully resist the master and his ideas. But I'm telling you, like I said, these new folk is woke. They get woke up. Go on and drink your coffee and get woke up. Because the fight is coming, and we need everybody fighting together. I can't do it by myself. Spiritual Stud can't do it by herself. No, ALC and all them, they can't do it by themselves. Kamala Harris, none of us can do it by ourselves. We've got to get on the same page. And we need your hearts and your compassion and your passion for living a life of fulfillment in this U.S. United States to be as meaningful as those that have money. You deserve it. You do. That's the problem. We've always think we sit in the background, we poor, we don't deserve nothing, we uneducated, we don't deserve it. Yes, you do. It's like she said in her speech, America's for all of us.
Yeah.
All of us. Your ancestors and mine did not bleed on this soil for us to be sitting back and keep taking bad treatment. They didn't. They gave their lives for this country.
Yep.
The soldiers, gave their lives. Black soldiers. My grandpa was killed because a racist put holes in his suit when he was inhaling Agent Orange. Caused him lung problems, caused his death. Racism killed him. And he was serving our country. He was a Buffalo soldier.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me to leave nowhere. Not when my grandpa died because of your racist policies and your racist wars. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. So you might as well get used to the competition and learn how to fight with us.
Okay, I just want to say this last thing. For the Christian people that are descendants of slaves, look up the slave Bible and you will understand why you think the way you do. Because it's been passed down from generation to generation. Everybody who's been in church, whose grandparents took them to church, trust and believe it was a passed down thing. And if you look up the slave Bible, you will understand all the things about freedom that was taken out. That was so you would be docile, that you would listen and obey your master. That's what it was for. Not you particularly, but slaves would listen and obey their master. That's how they kept them. And now we are a race of people that do the same thing when it's to our detriment. And it's time to start taking care of ourselves and each other. Stop being crabs in a barrel. Stop being afraid for somebody else to make it. Help them. Push them out the damn bucket. Stop pulling them back out. You can't get, you know what? Somebody get out. Maybe they'll pull your crab behind out. So stop doing that. We got to stop fighting each other. We need to come together. That's blacks. That's brown,
Native,
red, lesbian, gay, all
That's
them.
right.
Because we got it too. In that community, in our community, in the rainbow community. We got mess too. And we all need to straighten up. Look at the mess we're in.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's why. Because we don't know how to act. Stop being fools. Let's get it together, people. We got to get it together.
That's right.
We got to join the squad, baby.
Join the squad and vote.
Join the squad and vote.
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 We're done?
Yeah.
All right, I'm Spiritual Stud.
And I am MTV.
Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you in another 2 weeks. Peace.